Racism. It isn't always it isn't always loud. Sometimes it doesn't come in the form of like a direct slur or even a direct slur or even a clear act of hate. Sometimes it's more subtle. Like the way someone looks at you, treats you, or decides like you don't belong. It's a kind of judgment that bases us not on our personalities and our characteristics, but something as simple as the color of your skin or your nationality. Oh. Oh, let me tell you a story. I was born part African, so naturally, I always had a darker skin tone. I always had a different texture of hair, and that seemed normal to me. You know, it wasn't anything crazy or different than I thought about other people. But I realized something one day that like I had some negative interactions with people that were basing me based on the color of my skin or even my hair, giving me negative and rude comments. And in that moment, something like clicked. I realized that something as simple as the color of your skin or your hair can make you a target. It can make you a target for hate speech. But life wasn't always like that for me. There's been many instances where someone was just curious about me or my nationality, and we ended up having a positive conversation about it. But here's the thing. Growing up from two different worlds, two different cultures, has taught me one thing. There are differences in what makes us unique. In what gives our looks, in what gives our personalities, and what gives our looks, what gives our personalities, and what gives our whole characteristics. See, when cultures combine, when people from different parts of the world come together to create something, something new is born, something none of us could create alone. And I myself never believed that until I started to look at the things around me. Isn't the food we eat, the music we listen to, even the buildings we live and admire? Think about it. What would our world look like had we all kept our cultures to ourselves, isolated? Let's take music, for example, which has often been titled the language of the universe, of mankind. But truth is, no music genre is created in isolation. Every single music style you listen to have been created from two or different cultures combining. Let's look at these two examples. For example, the genre of jazz and hip hop. Both of these genres have been created with the fusion of African and American heritage. They make these genres from their shared experiences, their shared rhythms, their shared rhymes. Or even let's look at Bandari, our own example of cultural fusion, originating from Iranian and African history. So, without cultures coming together, without that fusion, that connectivity, something as simple as these music genres we listen to every day wouldn't have existed. We wouldn't have been able to transfer our expressions, our stories through sounds. Or let's take food, for example. How do you think food would be if like cultures didn't come together and create it? Do you think it would have been as rich, flavorful, or as diverse as it is today? Let's look at some examples. Hamburger, right? You might associate this food as an all-American fast food culture, but you would be wrong. The history behind it shows that it was originated from Germany and later brought to America to create the food we all know and love today, as of today. Or even let's take a look at pizza. You might think of this as an all-Italian dish, but you would be wrong. The history about these ingredients come from different cultures and different people. For example, the tomatoes that were used to create and invent this food came from the Americas, and the extra toppings we enjoy it with, like pepperoni and extra cheese, comes from America, showcasing a fusion of American taste and Italian tradition. Or even look at something more close to us, like the food of Orme Sabzi. You might think of this as an all Persian dish, but you would be wrong yet again. The ingredients that come from it come from different backgrounds. Like, for example, the limu amani, or the dried limes we call it in English, came from interactions with the Arabs. So you see, traditional foods that we call traditional to this day are actually a combination of different cultures coming together to create it. Or what if I tell you the buildings we live on and admire are also an example of culture fusion? Like, take a look at the windows that enter the lights in like your houses, the windows, the walls, even the decorations around your room. None of this would have been possible had for cultures didn't influence each other. So for this section of my talk, I wanted to talk about a historical monument we all know, like the Eiffel Tower or even something else. But I decided to talk about something we can all relate to: apartments. Take a look at a modern average apartment, for example. The whole idea of houses stacking on top of each other came from ancient Greek and ancient Rome. And the carpets beneath, the windows on your walls, the carpets beneath your feet, the decorations you lay around your house, or even something as simple as a spoon in your kitchen, are all examples of different cultures coming together to create it. So in theory, your house is just basically a box full of different cultures combining to create something beautiful, something useful. Looking at all these examples of culture fusion made me reflect on nature itself and how it reflects on us. Like, take a look at cross-pollination, for example. It's the whole idea of bees grabbing pollen from one flower and transferring them to another to create a stronger, more vibrant, even sometimes a new species. And that's how culture fusion works. When people from different parts of the world come together and share their ideas, their dreams, their foods, they not only grow something better, but something that can lead to a better step of the world. In the end, the parts of me that I once saw as burden, like the color of my skin, my nationality, or even my name, are actually things that connect these two beautiful worlds together that shouldn't be taken for granted. Because when we build these invisible walls all around us, we're not only hurting other people, but depriving ourselves and our future generation from what the future of learning, teaching, and diversifying has to offer us. In the end, I realized that being parts of these two worlds shouldn't make me feel like I don't belong, but rather it's my strength and the whole presence of culture fusion, combining different things from different nations and finding differences in our beauty. So now we must ask, instead of where are you really from? Why are you like this? How are you like this? We should really start questioning people. What can we build together? Because that's how we truly grow. Thank you for listening.